Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place than here with you now. Here with you now.
What is going on, Flesh and Blood players? Well, we are back with another weekly wrap recap. No, that's not true. We're not wrapping anything. But we are back with another weekly episode of whatever we call this. I think Misplays with Whack. It's really just trying to learn how to play Flesh and Blood. On the docket for today, we are going to be reviewing the semifinals and finals game of calling Taipei, with Azalea versus Lexi, and I think it was Azalea versus Dromai. Of course, I'm super happy. Azalea won a calling. It is a little concerning to me that hopefully this doesn't increase the popularity of Azaleas coming up for ProQuest. Although I do think we can play around with Warmongers. I think the more Azaleas there are, the more Warmongers there will be. And it's like I said, although we can play around it, it makes it kind of difficult to do a couple of things. But we're going to hop in a chat with some of our team members here and talk about these games. So let's see if I can get in here. What is up, Drew? Oh no. We may not. I may have misspoke. Oh no. There is a Drew. I didn't know if you were here or not.
I had to reset my Discord settings because it did the audio thing.
I got you. You're not in the glorious light mode, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Light mode hurts my eyes, for real.
Sometimes it just randomly resets my audio output to not what the audio output is.
I've had that same thing take place. And it is incredibly annoying, actually. So, alright, well, I think I have the semifinals match. I think that was versus Lexi, correct?
Yeah.
Cool, and I think it should be coming to you as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I am currently looking at a paused video.
Haha, yes. Alright, cool. So, first off, I'm not very good at doing this, so what is the best way that we think we should do this to review? just get to the point where we start, which looks like right here. See, we're not going to really be able to see hands, I guess. So
I would just bump it up to like 1.5 speed or something, and then if there's something worth talking about, we can pause.
okay, yeah, I think I've got it on 2 speed, so we can definitely do this. I have not seen any of this game, so this is going to be completely new to me.
Well, spoilers, Azalea wins.
Well, I know that. I mean, I was pretty thankful to hear that Azalea took down a calling, but I'm kind of concerned that Azalea took down a calling. So.
Well, they had I posted the gem pairings they had.
Oh, what was it?
Very good.
Oh, what? Just like all Lexis and Phis all day, and then Dromai in the
Close.
Finals.
Let's see. Let me find where it is again. Round 1, Icelander win. Round 2, Icelander win. Katsu win. Lexi loss. OG Dash win. Lexi win. Reinar win. Lexi win. Uzuri loss. Dory win. Lexi.
Yeah, that does seem pretty good. I mean, but I guess like the plus is that you're favored into everything really, except for Azuri and Dromai, and I think even Azuri's pretty 50-50.
Azuri is close to 50-50. Bravo and Dromai are the only annoying heroes. And this list has Tar Pit Trap, which makes Uzuri very, very manageable.
Yes.
You just Tar Pit Trap a dagger and you say lol. Nice isolate.
Yeah, no, so and
Do
you
whatever you want.
I guess you always tar pit the dagger, yeah, because you full block the dagger and then it stops the next on hit. I guess the only way
it's not the next on hit, it's the next on hit for an attack action, so they can't even try to do anything cheeky with flick knives.
Ah, okay, there you go, cool. That's what I was trying to figure out, if they could like dagger again, but that doesn't even matter. Important. Reading the card tells you what the card does. So, alright, well, let us start this matchup. It looks like I think Azalea goes first. I don't know who won the die roll. Do you, by chance?
This is semis, so I don't remember who the higher seed was.
Okay.
I would assume it was Lexi, since they're going second.
Yes, that would be my assumption. And yeah, so Azalea wins going first. Interesting. All right, so we'll start the game and we'll see what we think is weird or brings a question. I think this guy shuffles the crap out of his cards. Oh, I forgot it's on twice speed. I was like, God, he's shuffling so fast. All right, so it's a red Bolton shot. I think that's pretty expected. I would expect to see like a pump and then a Bolton shot. Although it is interesting that I tend to like to keep my Bolton shots if I'm gonna be loading it from DD. I don't know if that's the right way, but maybe he has another one in hand.
And Lexi went for grapplers and tunic, so doesn't have any respect for sleep dart.
Yes. Yes, that's interesting. Maybe he just didn't have another arrow in hand, but I think that shooting not a Bolton shot there would be better. We'll see what he arsenaled.
Bolton shot's a good card. It's nice to be one of the first areas you can get into.
I guess that is true because of Codex, yeah. It's a good Codex target, so. This Lexi is playing Widowmakers?
Going first, that's a Remorseless, sir.
No, that's a Widowmaker in the pitch, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Alright, so I see a knock, and it looks like a Bolton shot, but I don't know what else is in their hand. But do you think this is a relevant on hit? I mean, I guess it depends if you're going to be doing like buff. I assume this is probably 5 go again. So to you, is this like an instant, let me throw 5 in front of this? Or would you take it and then assume that maybe he's going to Heat Seeker afterwards or something?
I'm probably taking. I mean, do we see what he arsenaled?
No, I couldn't see what Azalea arsenaled. No.
Because at the ceiling, it could be like buff, knock, shoot an arrow, which makes this Remorseless a 9.
Yeah.
could be this is just going to be knock buff and then shoot like a red and ledger dominate for 8 and then arsenal a pump, in which case it's an 8 cost, it's an 8 power arrow, but you get to do red in the ledger things.
Yeah.
If I have multiple pumps in hand, I'm probably taking it. If I only drew like 1 pump or something, I'm just gonna block, I think.
Okay.
But also, it's annoying to.
So regardless, you wouldn't.
It's also annoying to want to block the first arrow either way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because like that's the kind of the big concerning thing for me with Lexi is like sometimes the first arrow is like the distracting arrow, and like I would much rather put 5 in front of a heat seeker than this remorseless. So, but looks like maybe he doesn't have any arrows. He's gonna quiver. I don't know what that was, but it was clearly not an arrow. But he is gonna load a drill shot and shoot a drill shot for 5.
Yeah, and this one doesn't matter because it's a drill shot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're not really blocking with Azalea.
Well, I'm guessing it's probably a buff in Arsenal, and we're just gonna take 10 from the remorseless and shoot 17 back, and end up having 17 versus 15. Guess that was a mediocre 3 of a kind turn.
Okay, so you said take 10 to shoot 17 back. So you're saying what, 3? No, that would be 4 buffs?
Assuming that we have a buff in Arsenal, 2 in hand, pitch knock to load the arrow, and then draw a buff.
So it's 14, right? Oh, you're saying draw a buff. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I'm on the same page. So it's a Rain Razors. Interesting. Rain, pre-med.
But we're probably just gonna red in the ledger here.
Yeah.
So we had 1 pump in hand, so drew the second one.
Yeah, I don't know what he drew, but this is interesting because he's going to be drawing another card off of the pre-med. So if he
drew the pre-med.
Okay, so we still know what's in his hand, right?
Okay. His hand was knock, red, Bolton. Oh, maybe he did have the pre-med in hand. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah. There's still 1 unknown card. And it looks like he's showing the red. So maybe he has another buff. If so, I mean, that'd be great because we're getting to replenish off of the pre-med.
I think it ends up being a Rain Razors, but that might have been a different game.
Okay.
That may have been against Dromai.
He brings in the red and then shoots the red. So apparently it's not a buff that he has because he would have definitely played it. Oh no, it is a Rain Razors. Okay.
Yeah, it was right.
So interesting. I mean, I assume we're just go ahead.
You're not gonna see Rain Razors again, so just play it.
That's okay. That's what I was gonna go with.
Lexi.
That's well.
You're gonna have an arsenal off of pre-med anyway.
I guess it feels bad if we draw an arrow and we could have had another buff in Arsenal. But I don't know if it's worth playing around that.
Nope.
Okay.
Take whatever damage you can get. So that was 12 damage, so he takes 9. He very much wins that exchange in despite of taking 3 from Remorseless. So Remorseless was just a regular old infecting shot. No big deal.
Yeah.
Well, an infecting shot with a name counter.
So this Arctic kind of sucks. I mean, it feels like a pretty good...
And I think that was what was flipped off of Quiver. If I remember from watching the game before.
Okay.
So he knew about that too. So he knew going into that dominate turn that he was just gonna come back with Arctic,
Okay.
which was I think I was a little unsure of if knock was the play there, but with 2 arrows and knock in hand, you don't really have anything better to do.
Yeah,
So
no.
he may as well have knocked.
I mean, it's a pretty good red in the ledger turn for the Lexi player though, because I mean, like, this is gonna eat a blue. But he does have Tunic up, so maybe that'll. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen this game.
You're playing Death Dealer, you may not have a blue.
That is true too. It does feel like a little bit of a gamble though, but I mean, I feel like you have to take it. Nope, so no blue. It's just 4 to cross wrap, I guess. It's just 3 to cross wrap. So a yellow and what is that bottom card?
I think it's a lace.
Okay, it just looks like a lot of text. Okay.
I think it might be another lace with frailty.
It was another. There was a lace of frailty in the arsenal.
Yeah, and I think he pitched one too.
Okay.
Or it's probably a lace of some kind. It's blood rot. And we could like go into full screen or something so we could see the cards better.
Oh man, you know what? That would probably be pretty smart. Let's see if we can do that. No, I won't. This is all that it gives me.
You could probably just go to YouTube.
You know, that seems like a pretty good idea. Let's see if we can do that real quick.
Get yelled at for using an ad blocker, surely.
Ad blocker, no. Okay. Give me just a second to fix some things real quick. Oh man, you're a genius. Who knew what full screen was? That's crazy. Gonna have to get YouTube Red or something now.
Yeah, so there's a button on the bottom right of most players, and if you hit it, the screen gets bigger.
What? No. That can't possibly be true. Have I been living a lie my whole life?
Settle down, Grandpa.
I am an old man. I have kids, 2 to be exact. You just wait, sir. You got big things coming for you, okay? Alright. Maybe is that a little bit better? I feel like it looks exactly the same, but we'll go with it.
Either way, it's a lace with blood rot.
Yes, I think it is a lace with blood rot. But more importantly, going back to this discussion, did he like... So this is luck sack into the... I mean, I know he cross-wrapped, but like, I didn't see him opt. I mean, he kept on top, right?
A red on top, and then Azalea it in, and then he did read. I don't know what he did with the read. And then is playing another pre-med.
Let's see.
So he is
Whoa, we went
drawing
too far.
the good stuff right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We went too far, but way too far. Okay, so here's this, the pre-med, then into a dominated red in the ledger for 11. And I guess he used Tunic. Yeah, he used Tunic Resource. And this was off of the Arctic too, right? So I mean, at least he stopped like 14 damage. Or 3 more damage, I should say.
5.
Would have been 5?
Yeah. 5 and forced him to use Tunic, because otherwise he would have just pitched Deadeye.
Yeah. Oh, because of the blood rot, yes. So Lexi just The Lexi is an action, isn't it? It's not an instant, is it?
Correct.
That's what I thought. Okay. So it just activates and flips a 3 of a kind. Interesting. I mean, I feel like you have to feel pretty good at this point in time as the Azalea player, but it is 27 to 23, which is pretty remarkable.
Well, he did take 14 damage from 2 arrows
That is true.
on Lexi's first turn. But he's ahead on life. And that is where you want to be. Because when you're ahead on life as Azalea, you can kind of just unga bunga whatever you want and not have to worry about reading the ledger, evening the life totals out because you just start out ahead.
So what are you trying in this matchup? What is like your goal? Are you, you know the 3 of a kind turns are just going to be like ridiculous, so you're trying to red and ledger them, or like what is your mentality?
I mean, you're pretty much trying to red and ledger most people.
Okay. Makes sense.
It's not super special just because it's Lexi.
Red
Just
and
know
ledger
that
broken.
if things get scrappy and you want to be able to try to keep Tunic so that when things get scrappy, you can use Tunic to load like a 0-cost arrow with 2 buffs and shoot for 10 and take 3 cards. Because if you just each trade 2 cards with your arrows late game, Lexi is inevitably going to draw into a 3 of a kind and shoot 2 arrows at you and take your hand and then probably win from there.
Okay. So I don't know. It's hard to, know based off of what he has in his hand. But we got the Rabble coming in for 4. And showing the Remorseless on top. Like, what if you have 2 buffs in hand? He's got 3 cards left, yeah. Did you got 2 buffs in hand? Would you dominate the Remorseless? And at what point in time would you say, oh cool, Codex is the better target to play?
It depends pretty much entirely on how many buffs you have.
Okay.
Because as a 3 of a kind there right now, you're probably gonna go buff Codex red, and like if you can shoot for more than 11, you're probably gonna go for a Codex red in the ledger, and that way you still have an arsenal for next turn.
Okay.
But if it's less than that, you're probably just gonna go dominate red in the ledger or dominate Remorseless and let him take some damage and have a 3-oak turn, and then keep drawing gas like you have been apparently.
Okay, yeah, no, 100%. Do you think
if he goes to 19 and he wants to take like 2 to 5 damage off a Remorseless, then he'll take like another 3 or 4 damage by playing out his 3 of a kind turn.
Yeah.
But if it's not high enough, then he'll give 3 cards and perch, and then just 3 of a kind and catch up.
So, do you think there's ever a line where you play like buff Codex, just go get a red in the ledger, and then dominate the Remorseless and play the Codex just so you get an arsenal back?
Not really.
Okay. Do you think if you're playing the Codex to get the red in ledger, you should be playing the red in ledger?
Yeah, you may as well get the cards out of their hand.
Okay.
And then you have a Remorseless ready to go for the next turn, which you can do pretty safely while Snaps is up.
Yeah, true. Okay. So do you feel like Rabble is just like insta, 4/3 or 2 damage? I don't see a lot of blocks on Rabble.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
It's the same thing as like Falcon Wing. You don't want to block vanilla damage.
Gotcha.
You want to save your blocks for the stuff that's more than damage.
Yeah, understandable. I'm trying to think. I wish you could see what's in his hand. But yeah, so it seems like the most likely thing that we're going to see is something like a buff pitch death dealer, or pitch to activate death dealer, maybe to have something floating codex and then red in the ledger. But that would only be for 8. So you're saying if it's 4/8, it's probably better to do remorseless so you get damage and the on hit on.
I probably would value the ponder now that I think more reasonably. Being able to start with cross wrap is good.
Yeah. Brody is just like going to town about talking about something while this guy's in the tank. I have no clue. I mean, because like the thing is, if you only get to 8, that's going to be what, 2 cards and perch, and then he just says tunic, 3 of a kind, and has
You're
a regular
not gonna
turn.
use perch on remorseless.
No. I'm saying if he like buffs codex, gets red in the ledger. Like it's going to be 2 cards and perch probably from the Lexi. And then he tunic 3 of a kinds and has a normal turn.
You need to discard a card, sir.
He does. Are we going to see him pitch, play pop snaps, and then dominate
Probably
remorseless?
got, I think the last rain raises is in hand, and it's the only pump he had.
Okay. Yeah, no, he still has not discarded a card. Oh, yeah, that's what they're talking about right now, right?
Did we go back down to 1.0 speed? What happened?
No, I don't think so. Let me see. I think they're just talking about it. Oh, no, it's normal. Yeah. I don't know what happened. There we go.
Because you switched to YouTube.
Oh, you're correct. You know, I'm an old goober. So we had 2 Bolden shots, a blue and a yellow in hand.
Is that a yellow?
I think the one he discarded was a yellow, and then the one he pitched was a blue. So that feels really weird to me. Are we doing that because it's just a red in the ledger?
What do you mean?
Like, that was not the most value that he could have got off on his turn.
Well, he had a remorseless on top. If he wanted to go Rain Razor's Bolton shot, he would have to get the codex gone. And you're putting a frailty on to Lexi as well, so if they do go for 3 of a kind on this turn, then they're gonna lose 3 damage off of it.
Yeah, but couldn't he have this is just me thinking, I haven't gone through it, but couldn't he have played the codex, got the red Bolton shot, right? He could have popped bracers to give it 6, gets 2 cards, Rain Razors it, you go to 8, plays the yellow Bolton shot, shoots it, and then no, he's still okay. So you'd have to.
You're not gonna have a card to pitch.
Yeah, that's what I was just
play
realizing.
codex.
You're gonna be missing the card to pitch. So you would have ended up doing what, 8? Then you would have loaded with Death Dealer with the yellow to go to 5. And then if he would not have blocked, which he probably would have, but that would have been his
How
whole
much
hand.
damage are you blocking by having a red in the ledger hit? You're preventing an obvious 3-arrow turn, and there's a frailty on top of that.
Yeah. Well, so the frailty would be either way, but the question is like, I guess it's still better to do red in the ledger and get 2 damage over and prevent him or make him only play one thing versus doing like 6 extra damage and him having no cards. I guess even no cards he could have.
And playing Heat Seeker on a red in the ledger turn like this when there's already a 3 of a kind stranded in Arsenal is like super meaningless for the Lexi side, so this isn't even worth blocking, so it's just like a free 4.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Obviously you didn't know it was Heat Seeker face down, but
yeah. So yeah, he just takes this for him because it doesn't really matter.
we baited Perch out of it with the last Rain Razors.
Oh, that is true. I didn't think about that. So then he puts it on the bottom, so we're probably going to see like buff remorseless snaps into a secondary arrow.
I didn't see if he kept on top or not.
He put it on bottom.
Okay, then we're probably just gonna shoot an arrow and then Arsenal the last card. Unless he has a Codex in hand.
What's up, Kevin? And Table Likes, everybody, man. What's up, guys? How are y'all? So, where are you? What's your take on it, Kevin? Interesting. So we're coming to 11. If he has an arrow, I guess we see what happens.
No, it's not an arrow. He has 1 card left.
So I think that I would make the argument, even if it was an arrow, it's not worth popping snaps because it like wouldn't that allow him to use his hand effectively?
Yeah, you have 1 card left. You have no reason to snap unless you're gonna like have another annoying on hit with it or something.
Okay.
But that's not gonna matter as much at this point because he's very far ahead in life, and any double pumped arrow at this point is basically a must block because you're 8 life behind, and if you try to block out, you have to block out and just like tune a 3 of a kind and get the life totals back before you can start thinking about the game again.
Okay.
Especially here because it's a double frailty lace, or I guess it was 1 pox.
Yeah, 1 pox
that he
lace.
took it, so okay, that's why. Because he had garbage blocks.
So I know nothing about Lexi, but this is going to be basically a 3 arrow turn. So we're going to see him load with Voltaire again, do go again, and then the hamstring shot.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Justin's going to say, cool, I have a life lead.
Yeah, I'm just going to take the damage, and then I'm going to try to threaten kill.
Here's an extra 4 damage from Remorseless.
Yeah.
And 2 from the pox.
Seems like a pretty good remorseless.
So, being able to utilize your life like this, you can just hold on to 5 cards, shoot giant arrow after giant arrow, and probably leak 1 or 2 damage and eat their whole hand, and then you're gonna hit a dominate and kill them.
So like, okay. No, yeah, I understand that, but this is weird to me. So I assume this is telling me that like he has a garbage hand. I understand the tar pit trap, but why block? So we're full blocking 6 here, which prevents the on hit from the hamstring shot, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's because tar pit trap says if it has go again, correct?
Tar pit trigger doesn't trigger unless it has go again.
Yeah, okay. Because I was gonna say, why didn't you just block the hamstring shot? But yes,
it's if you were to block, like, it's function of the same thing to block the searing and the hamstring here, because they're both representing 6 damage.
Yeah, I guess the benefit is that you're blocking. Yeah, they are blocking the same, but they are both
I
6.
think it like you want to wait if you're already planning on wanting to block the hamstring you know about. You don't want to just randomly dump it on the steering instead because I don't know. He had was he out of cards at that point already? No, he had 1 card left, so maybe he could have considered going for a quiver.
Yeah.
So you're just using it to block damage here anyway, so whatever.
Okay. And I assume that this sleep dart's like a secondary arrow, which is the reason why he's blocking. Which is interesting though, because he still has snaps up. So if
you don't have any way to get another arrow into arsenal.
Yeah, valid point. I thought that did we not have an arsenal? Oh, it was the tar pit trap. That's right. Okay. I knew there was one there, but then yeah, it was the tar pit trap that you played from arsenal.
I'm just gonna luck sack Bracer's target.
Seems great, right? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13? Oh no, 14, 15 because of the bracers.
Don't forget the dominate sticker.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I really don't feel like there's much there to review. Like when you're drawing hot, you're drawing hot. I don't feel like there was any critical decision points. Do you agree with that, sir?
Yeah, pretty much. He was in control the whole game, and
yeah,
he got to go hot with Azalea, and that's what happens.
I mean, like, yeah, no, it's crazy. Okay, so let's go see.
Watch the Katsu game he had in Swiss. The Katsu just never got to play for the same reason.
That's crazy.
But that's what you hope to see when you're playing her.
All right, so I'm gonna jump forward to the Dromai matchup, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this one as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I haven't seen this one.
It's a doozy.
Doozy. Is it as drawing hot as that game was?
No.
Okay. I mean, because we had what, a turn 1 dominated red in the ledger, followed by another dominated red in the ledger, followed by a non-dominated red ledger with rain razors
And a frailty and a ponder.
and a frailty and a bonder, and then a 14 remorseless.
Wow, look at this mind game. Nick Butcher's got the gold token there.
I see this.
Definitely no result of I don't remember if his list had Crown of Providence anyway.
That's hilarious.
Man, it would be real funny if it was just like, I'm gonna put this gold token here. Oops, here's Crown of Providence.
That would be.
I need to block Azalea.
That would be hilarious. So yeah, what do you? Brings up a valid point. What do you think about Crown of Providence being run in Dromai over the Crown of Dominion?
From what I understand, a lot of people still want to run both.
Yeah.
But
I feel like running Crown of Providence gives Azalea like a 1 to 2 % advantage.
Well, no. Them running Crown of Providence would be worse for Azalea.
Or Dominion. Sorry. That's what I meant to say. Whatever the gold one. Sorry. Yeah.
Part of it is also like, with some of the lists I'm working on now, I just can I don't have to run drill shot at all into Dromai. I can bring in other stuff because they have no armor.
Interesting.
But I'm also super stretched in my deck, so the heck do I know?
So, as an Azalea player, this is a little concerning to me because we've got to hit this for like a buff Fulton shot or hit it with something that's going to kill it. But I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, like, isn't one of Dromai's main strategy of this is just playing, like, super defensive after the Enderai setup?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's pretty concerning for a turn 0. But spoiler, we do know that Azalea wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think with this Yenderai here, again, I have no clue what happens, but
I think you're about to find out this turn, but it might be the next turn.
okay. I was gonna say, I see we've loaded a sleep dart. If we have, like, at what point do you say, hey, the Yenderai needs to die? And do you, on the opposite, do you say, cool, I'm going face? Like, if you had, like, buff.
A lot of the time when I see like a early Enderai like that, I'm thinking they're just gonna block out and kill me with the Enderai.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna keep shooting them, forcing them to block out, and then eventually I'll be able to pop it.
Okay. No, that makes sense. So just, like, they're playing the long game, and then you decide to play the even longer game and go that way. Cool. So this, I don't think this, I think it's the latest blood rod, yeah. So 11 going to face. And Droma doesn't block very well too, so I think that's probably important to note. At least I don't think she blocks very well, but maybe. I guess it depends on the version of Droma.
Big Dragons blocks pretty well. They don't run a whole lot of 2 blocks, though they have a few more now. But I think Nick's list had 5 D reacts and 2 sand covers. And I think his 2 block attacks were, I believe, 2 snatch and obviously rabble.
Yeah. So
follow it right up with a Caloria, which is super obnoxious.
Yeah, it is. What is your viewpoint on the Caloria? Like, if I
kill,
like, block and then kill, or do you let it resolve?
I don't have the answer to that question yet. I've played a million games of this matchup for the past week and a half or 2, and I still don't know what that answer is.
I think, I mean, and I was, because my answer would be that it seems to be very situational. Like, if I have something that I can fire off 2 arrows, then I feel really good letting the Caloria go, and then I'll shoot it and then shoot back at face or something. But if I'm just going to be shooting 1 arrow, I think it's better to block the Caloria. We'll see what he does.
And I think this is one point where I didn't really agree, because like I don't know why he decided to attack with Caloria first here.
Yeah.
Unless he was just valuing Yenderai more being on the board over Caloria.
I guess the fact that
I don't think I like, because Yenderai stays on the board because he's a pain to kill, but Caloria needs to die more than a Yenderai does.
No, that's understandable.
So I think I would be happier to have my popper spent on a Yenderai than a Caloria, even if Caloria is easier to kill.
So you're saying from the Azalea standpoint that it
I'm super stoked that I get to pop Caloria over Yenderai.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because otherwise, like, if he attacked with Yenderai first, then I'd take the 3 and
then shoot
sandbag the popper and take Caloria here.
Yeah.
So he like misses 3 damage here by not attacking with Yenderai first. Because when life totals are still both at 40 like this, I'm not using poppers as a way to block damage. I'm using poppers to get rid of the most obnoxious threat.
No, that's understandable.
Once life totals get lower and there's like 12 damage worth of dragons on the board or something, then I have to pop to block damage.
Yeah. So I saw him opt, and it looked like you put him on the bottom. Or no, he's put him on the top. Sorry. Deadeye, Codex. So I guess we're getting a sleep dart.
Not a whole lot of choices.
Yeah.
Commence shooting big number.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I mean, this is kind of like going back to the mentality of what I think you've been saying. It's just shoot big number, go face.
Which is gonna hit because oh no, he still doesn't have an attack in the graveyard, does he? No, he doesn't.
No.
No, he does. This is another thing I'm not sure I like. I know I'm not a very good Dromai player, but I would rather just swing with Yenderai here and an Arsenal the Rabble.
So it's literally what I was gonna say. Is like, is it not better to Arsenal the Rabble and then wait for?
Like if I can Arsenal a 0-cost starter and whatnot, I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
Like I know it's not like the biggest game plan to have a wide board in this matchup, especially with how like the game has already gone, but like I still just want to have a card in my arsenal and protect myself from Codex too.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with that.
Especially when it's a 0-cost go again that's free to get out whenever I want. It's like the same reason I was playing Sigil into Lexi with Icelander. I can just arsenal it and get it out whenever I need it gone.
Yeah, I understand that. So it seems like I don't know what he's arsenal this time, but he's pretty much just arsenaling buffs. Do you still think that's typically the go-to for Azalea, even though Warmongers exist?
Probably yeah.
Okay.
I think you like if it's what's the only stuff that you're getting in, because that was a ponder, so
yeah,
your
that's
choice
true.
is either to just not arsenal until you see the Mongs, or just pretend Mong doesn't exist, and that's part of why CNC is in the lists, is so that even if you get Monged on a turn that there's an a thingamabob buff and arsenal, you still have a good number of attacks that you can draw into to shoot from hand.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's a pre-med.
And this is open deck list, so like he knows that Nick is on 2 Mong.
Okay. So,
and also like he's making him block out anyway, so maybe by when you're blocking with 3 cards and holding 1 back, you can maybe think I'm gonna get Monged here, but because he blocked 9, took 1, he could have like saved Wave Reality if he had blocked with the Rabble there, but it's still worth more to just attack.
Yeah.
So you could think maybe I'm gonna get Monged here by holding a card back, but it's probably worth it to not respect, because you just need to try to get whatever 5-card hand you can to try to threaten Dromai's life total while you can.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because if you are at a life, usually what happens is you get ahead in life, and then you have 1 or 2 mediocre turns, and then you're no longer ahead on life.
Thus is the Azalea problem.
So like being behind in life at this point, I would be feeling pretty bad already for Azalea in this game.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I guess on the flip side, we have gotten rid of like the Wave of Reality, but he still hasn't gotten rid of the Spectral Shield, and this is what, turn 3 or 4? I don't see a counter anywhere.
Well, the first point of damage was just dealt last turn.
Yeah.
So of course there's going to be a Spectral Shield.
No, I'm saying that like this seems a little slow for me. Like I feel like I tried to get rid of Wave of Reality and the Spectral Shield. turn 1 or turn 2, but
Well, he can only do so much when Nick Butcher says, here are 3 cards that block 3.
it is true. So we dominated this drill shot? No, we loaded the drill shot. Sorry. I was gonna say, I thought he opted to the bottom, but yeah.
I think this is the turn Yenderai dies.
So I feel like this is one of the strongest play patterns in Azalea now with pre-med. I just feel like it's so good.
Well, it's not just pre-med, like, and Rabble threatening that. It's that you get the Tunic, Death Dealer, draw a card, hoping for a buff, and now you get to Rabble and see what's on top again to see if you just can hit a Dominate now.
No, it's super good. What did he show off the top? Do you remember?
Lace with Inertia.
Okay. This is when you activate Azalea, play Tri-Shot, activate your bow again, and keep going.
You just have all the arrows in hand, sure.
Oh, man.
Tri-Shot, draw a buff, shoot. Oh wait, no, you don't have Go again, never mind. If only Tri-Shot also gave Go again.
No, you have to play the others.
Bow.
You have to play the other stupid arrow that gives
What
card.
Tri-Shot said, you can activate your bow 2 more times. Also, your arrows gain Go again.
Be broken, man. Absolutely broken.
Stuff. You can just have it maybe cost 1 to balance out. Like our good elemental friend.
So this feels like a weird bracers for me. Did you still have what, 2 cards in hand?
Keep rolling.
Okay. Okay, I see. So we E-strike for 5, go again with the bracers to get rid of Yenderai.
Mm-hmm.
That's really different. And then we're gonna
shoot
drill shot for 7.
I was also surprised that he bothered to respect Yenderai at all. Because I would have just, like, probably gone 5 at face, and I want to finally try to get a life lead in this stupid game.
Yeah, so...
But by forcing, like, when he's only got 1 dragon on the board, it seems like Justin really respects, in a way, that they're going to just block out while they have 1 dragon on the board against him. So
yeah,
when he finally is able to kill the 1 dragon, they have to take damage to put another dragon out.
Yeah, no, that's very true. And so, but I think it's also important to note that he only has like 1 ash.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you don't need to make much ash when you're blocking out and you have your 1 dragon on board. You have a 0 cost. You secured your 0 cost weapon, so you don't need to make ash.
Yeah.
But you're also never going to go out in a 0 ash unless you're a doofus.
0 ash for the win.
So, like, you probably want to get another ash at some point just so you can sand cover.
And this E-strike was off of the Ponder of the Pre-Mat, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So 5, go again, I assume. What the heck is that card?
Fate Foreseen.
Oh, okay.
The special Chinese version.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. We had... the Bolton shot in hand, correct? Yeah. We don't know if we had the lace, though, correct?
The lace was on top last turn. So
Yeah, so we had the lace, and then we had the Bolton shot, and we had the E-strike and Arsenal.
Yeah, he had 3 cards in hand when he did the E-strike to kill Caloria, right? So he had 2 E-strikes in the last hand, and then he pondered the lace and arsenal the E-strike instead.
Yeah, but so, seems weird to me first, because I would think that you would want to arsenal the lace, but maybe he's trying to play around Warmong. But
Yeah, he's 100% playing around Mong there.
Why not? Yeah, I guess he had to because he arsenaled the E-strike. But would it not be a better play pattern to play lace, load bolt and shot, shoot bolt and shot with 2 cards in hand, then follow it up with E-strike?
How are you gonna load it when E-strike's an arsenal?
No. I'm saying like if we arsenaled the lace. I understand that like he had to go E-strike this way. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense too.
Like, if you have the opportunity to play around Mong, then you play around Mong.
Okay.
Because he pondered the lace, but he still had a leftover E-strike in hand, then you're gonna arsenal the E-strike.
No, that makes sense.
That's like 4 of the 5D reacts gone, I think, already, because he's synced, or is it just 3 that he's played? And
I think it's only 3, and I think he pitched a sync.
He did pitch a sync, this I know.
So, but I know we've seen 1 Fate for Sync and 2 syncs, like, played. Oh, this Rabble seems rough. It's always a helter-skelter feeling when you opt and see a blue and then you put it on the bottom or something. Or it's even worse when like you see a red.
Oh, I can play this 0 cost attack with go again.
3.
Y'all's attacks plus 0?
What's up, Lucas?
Not too much.
Sure
I
do.
got home from work and fell asleep.
That's understandable. So, did he leave the Rain Razors on top of the deck, or did he put it on the bottom?
I didn't have a choice. He
No,
he bottomed with cross wrap and then rabbled to see the Rain Razors.
Yeah, but then he played Reed. I just didn't know if he left the Rain Razors on top or not.
Well, he drew the Rain Razors when he loaded Remorseless.
Okay.
I think. I don't know if he played Reed before or after the load.
Gotcha.
I wasn't paying attention.
I do find it interesting that he's like, I mean, maybe he just has to, but he seems to be playing very inefficient hands because there's been a couple of turns that he's left with like 2 cards in hand.
It can happen. Sometimes you draw multiple arrows and your opponent is just blocking out the whole game, and then you go, dang, I really am Brava with no armor.
I really am Bravo with no armor.
Wait.
Do you feel like it was right to play the Rain Razors there for 2 value?
I mean, I think he already pitched a Rain Razor, so he probably doesn't need another one stacked away.
Okay. He's gonna play another. Oh, what a turn.
Anyway, war, by the way.
Yes, exactly. I will choose war, and here's my Rain Razors. Eat it.
And then I yell at the casters very loudly here because they still don't freaking know that you can activate weapons under war. And I was very upset.
Seems like a good turn.
Yep. And then you're like, I see why CNC is in the deck now.
No, 100%. Like, I'm totally on board of why CNC's in the deck.
And I still have yet to run it.
What? Why?
I don't play Death Dealer. I don't need to. I have 2 arrows in Arsenal already, and I just use snaps.
Oh, that's Tome of Firebrand. I did not know what that card was. It's like,
That is a Tome of the Imperial Flame.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
Tome of
Tome of Firebrand is a little bit harder to play.
okay.
Yeah, it requires you to have 4 Draconic Chainlinks.
That is true. Tome of something draconic.
Tome of Imperial Flame.
So I don't think we care about the Thamai here, but do you kill the Chromai?
Yes.
Okay.
Whenever you get the opportunity to. But we've seen like 2 Rabbles already and 2 Rain. I think we've seen all the Rain Raises already because I think one was pitched. I don't remember though. So it's gonna be a pain to kill. We'll probably just kill it next time we see a Codex.
What are they looking for?
May as well look at the graveyards while your opponent is tanking. Do I waste this Deadeye on a Chromai? And we've seen 3 poppers now, so there's probably only one or 2 left as well. So we kill Thamai before Chromai.
So, yeah,
That's-
why?
Interesting.
Well, Chromai, it doesn't really matter if he's the only dragon out.
I guess. I mean, I guess, and we, like you said, we've seen 3 poppers. One we're putting, there's 2 back in the deck more than likely. Well, one's going back in and one's still in there. But interesting. So really, we're just going on the fact that Thamai attacks for 4 and Chromai attacks for 2.
Well, they both attack for 3.
Ah, see, this is why I don't play Dromai. I don't know. All the dragons see
2, Thamai is a 3/4.
Ah, okay. I said the numbers backwards. I knew there was a 2 and a 4 somewhere on there.
Thamai's got a thick booty.
No, Yuvia has a thick booty.
2 things can be true.
That is true. 2 things can be true. These things do happen.
We drew 1,000 arrows, so I guess I'll block with 1.
Yeah.
I would love to Azalea into a buff here.
This. So do you think Justin is playing this game slow on purpose, or is it just literally what he's drawing?
He hasn't had any hand, like he drew like all the E-strikes and Rabbles like together, so he hasn't had any like huge buff turns anyway.
Yeah, true.
So he's been able to kind of go wide, and like the turns that he has been able to shoot like arrows for 11, they've all been stuffed by just Butcher blocking out.
Yeah.
So another example here where we probably had a triple arrow hand So we've just got a whatever red in the ledger for 8.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about 8? Like, I mean, just
It tilts me because I see 8 all the time, and I'm like, I want freaking 11.
give me 3 more.
Yeah.
No, I mean
I also like attacking for 11.
that's understandable. I feel like 8 is a lot, so it's going to be roughly 3 cards, which is what this Dromai has been doing this entire game. So, like, at what point...
Especially against Dromai, if you shoot 8, they're just going to give you 3 cards, and then they're going to progress their board with their last 2 cards, and then you're like, dang it, this sucks.
So, I mean, obviously I know this game is against Dromai here, but at this point in time, let's say you're playing against someone like Bravo, would you be concerned about getting fatigued?
Not yet.
Okay, you wouldn't.
I'm just gonna keep pitching my Rain Razors and Bolton shots until I draw into them, or get to shuffle with Knock and draw into them.
So you're just gonna keep pitching your like red Bolton shots and your Rain Razors, or all your Bolton shots?
I would like to get at least 1 red Bolton shot shipped away, but yellows make do, and yellows play out your turn.
Yeah.
And like 8 isn't necessarily a huge, like 8's still a passable number. Like you don't want to have 8 off of a 5-card hand, obviously. That's why you block with your excess arrows.
Yeah.
So that you can at least get 14 value out of your turn. But if Bravo wants to smash your face in, he doesn't really have a whole lot of leverage to block either.
Yeah, that's understandable. Now you said a second ago, like with 14 value, I know that like the typical standard is around 12 value for most heroes. Do you think that's the same for Azalea because she's drawing so many cards and looking at top card of her deck and stuff, or do you think that her average is slightly higher than that? I think
it's probably higher in general with Ranger, just because they have so much access to Ponder. So they have, and Death Dealer / New Horizon, you play 5 or 6 card hands more often than other classes.
Okay.
Which you trade out for blocking value in your armor.
Yeah, but I guess with Azalea, you typically are playing like a 5-card hand because you want to keep the 6 card for an arsenal next turn. Alright, so let's see.
I mean, if you can shoot out 5 buffs and an arrow, you're going to shoot out a quintuple buffed arrow.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so we just blocked with a second Mong, so we don't have to worry about that for the rest of the game.
Until he remembrances.
Boy, if there's a remembrance in this matchup, something's gone awry.
You know what? If I'm a ranger and Dromai presents remembrance into me, I think I'm happy.
It's understandable.
I would also be happy, I believe.
That card don't block.
Also, Furnace is already gone, and I don't know if I liked that or not.
For the Dromai player or the Azalea player?
As for Dromai.
Oh, okay, because I like it as the Azalea player.
Like, I know it's not super relevant to make Ash with how Nick's playing, but if I had like 2 or 3 Ash, I think I would be fine to ship it away, but not yet, I don't think.
All right, so talking hypotheticals. So he loaded the Spire Sniping, or flipped the Spire Sniping, allowing us to look at the top 2 cards. If we were not able to look at the top 2 cards and you had this Rabble in hand, would you either Arsenal it to kill Chromai on a later turn, or would you go at Chromai now and hope for the best, or would you just go face?
I don't understand what the question is. We saw a top 2 anyway because it triggered off a cross wrap, so we're pretty likely to know what the top is regardless.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if you didn't know what the top were. So let's say that you were just...
I don't know, man. I'm activating cross wrap. I know where the top is.
It's a valid point. Understandable.
And like he obviously left it on top after the spire, so he didn't want to bottom one of them.
Did you just shoot red in the ledger afterwards? I was not paying attention.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
just a vanilla red for 8.
Or did it have dominate because he brought it in from the top of the deck?
Was it on top? I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was on top because he had the spire sniping in arsenal, so.
Now we obtain big number. Now we finally obtained the big number.
Big old number.
104.
Representing 108.
Exactly.
And it's off Remorseless, so if you have a D-React in Arsenal, this is absolutely hitting no matter what. But
Yes.
he's a Luxac and has 2 D-Reacts in hand, but I think he also has a 2-block, so he can't actually block it out. So I think this is also the last 2 D-Reacts in first cycle. Or is there 1 fate left?
Did you say he was playing 5 or 6? Because I mean, this is the second fate.
I've already forgotten. This is the 3rd sync because he
Third
picked
sync,
the first
yeah.
one. I think this is the 3rd fate, but maybe it's the 2nd one. I don't know.
No, I think he's played 2 other fates. I think this is the 3rd fate that he's. I mean, he's played 2 of the
Okay.
syncs. I think this is the 3rd sync that he's played.
So now we get to do some damage. Very kind to have a 2-block in hand there.
If only Remorseless triggered on dragons. So
What
Why-
is happening here? Why? I do not think I would want to play out that rabble here. So your hand is Tome Rabble with a Yenderai and Arsenal. Why? I'm either pitching the rabble to play out Yenderai and arsenaling the tome, or I'm just toming and hoping to draw into a dragon and putting 2 dragons on the board. It feels really weird to play rabble there.
I do not
And
know.
this would also be like a point where having Furnace would be nice, because even if you didn't want to spend resources or something, you could tome Furnace to have resources, and you could pay for one of the pox as well.
Yeah, I have not a closer. I'm not a Dromai guy. But I do know that it does make sense that you... Because you pitch the rabble to play... Or no, wait. Is Tome free or is it 1 cost?
It's free.
It's 0.
And then you
It
draw...
actually gives you mana.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's a -2 cost.
How does it give you mana? We don't use that here. We use resources.
Did I
Oof.
say mana?
You did.
Red discs.
Sorry, I meant when you play the card Flamescale Ritual.
Oh. Yeah, of course. Flame Call Awakening, I got it.
Faithless Ritual. Dark
Faithless.
Looting.
Faithless Ritual. But why... Like, you know...
Symbol of her church, etc.
I guess it just didn't matter with the drill shot block is the reason why. I mean, he's just trying to save 3 damage wherever,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be irrelevant on hit.
Yep, Yenderai's the biggest dragon, so block 3.
I think he blocked the rabble.
Maybe he was willing to take 8, but then it changed to 11, and he said, "Dag, yo, I don't want to take 11."
Yeah.
I hate it when they say dag, yo.
Dag, yo.
Yeah.
Please discard 2 cards.
So he's got what are infecting, a searing, and a seek and destroy maybe, or is that a knock? I don't know. I can't tell the last card.
Oh, I can see a searing.
I also don't know what's in Arsenal.
Spire.
Oh, okay. I can see the arrow now. It almost looked like a Sikkim shot, and I was super confused.
That's the best arrow in the game.
It's a 1/4.
I see a pre-med. Or is that still the searing shot?
I think it's still the searing shot. I just don't know what the white bordered card. Oh, there's a Bolton shot in there somewhere.
Oh baby, we're getting snappy.
We're getting. So I guess we went Spire Sniping at face for 3. This is a very depressing turn.
Yes. This is the turn where you have as Azalea and you go, I lost.
Yes. I mean, at least he had the pre-med.
Hey,
The
there was a
pre-med.
pre-med.
Okay, the pre-med made it exponentially better. And so we just shot the Spire Sniping because we had no other way to get out of Arsenal. He's going to attack with the Ender. I assume he probably takes 3. Unless he just has a card he can't play. Oof.
There's the Rain Razors.
Dude, this guy has the best cross wraps I think I've ever seen. Maybe Taylor's onto something. Just draw good cards and you win games.
If you put good cards in your deck, hopefully you draw them.
If you put good cards in, you get good cards out. Allegedly. Possibly.
I don't know why you're looking at the graveyard, Nick. He totally doesn't have a codex in hand. Definitely not.
CNC. I will say I think this is like one of my favorite lines now. Is like Bolton shot into CNC. It feels really good.
It is an annoying one. You know what else is annoying is a dust up with snaps up.
Yeah.
So the life total says 13 here, but he's actually at 12 because they only tapped it twice from the ender I hit last turn.
Okay.
So this would be, after snaps, it would be 4, 7, 9, 12. So he needs to give Tunic here and go to 1. And Dromai fell to 4 from that CNC. With no arsenal, pretty much any dominate is likely to seal the deal, but we've also seen no sigils yet. So we don't know if sigils are even in the deck or if he just hasn't drawn any of them.
So you wouldn't give this 4 block?
With Dromai at 4, I'm just gonna, like, the board is too big. My deck's getting thin at this point because I spent multiple cards to take out the single dragons earlier. I think we just have to go for the biscuit here.
But don't you, like, so if...
Don't make me get the meme from Taylor's favorite TED Talk.
But so, like, Yinder Ice 3, Miragi is 4, 2,
2.
2. This 5,
It's-
6,
It's
7.
12 damage total, and he's at 12, not 13.
Is that with the extra Ashwing that they make from dust up hitting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But if you give a card and try to preserve some life here, you make it harder for yourself to push back through that last 4 life. And if you give them a card in exchange for presenting a turn that only makes them block with 3 cards, and they just play a starter, you're dead.
No, that makes sense. But okay, that makes a lot of sense. If he, yeah, but I feel like if you don't dominate an arrow here, you're just dead too, right?
Depends on what's in your hand. Because we have Codex here, so he's going to lose a card. So can we present 13? And he has another Codex in... Or is that a pre-med? I think
I think it's a
not
pre. I thought it was a pre-med. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. If only he had Marvel Codexes. Did we go back to like 1 speed? No, I don't think so.
No, we just
It's
have
just-
to tank it for a while because we're on the penultimate turn. And when you're on the penultimate turn of a calling finals, you take a while.
No, Merrick didn't take this long.
Yeah, all that time was spent with Taylor looking at 2 Arctics and whatever the last garbage card was from that triple ponder turn. That's so tragic.
I'm like super interested to see what he does here. So what is your immediate? I mean, it's hard to tell because there's no cards in his hand. You don't know the cards in his hand, but like, do we Codex go get at 1 cost arrow?
Well, if we're going to start with Codex at all, we're probably grabbing Bolt and Shot.
Okay, that's what I have to think. Cool.
So we'll discard a card and buff it. And then either use the last one, Codex, to like, or repitch something with the last card to load, and then hopefully get another buff or something. Or shoot out an E-Strike for 7 or whatever. And that would be...
Does he have a sigil in hand, the Dromai?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
So he does have Sigil in a deck. He just finally drew his first one. At an inopportune time, one might say.
So it looks like he has a lace with inertia. I don't know what else there is. Or maybe it was a spire sniping, that's all.
Two cards, please.
Another Codex.
I'll go to 6 and die.
How opportune That's pretty remarkable, actually. Oh, I was gonna say, why don't they just throw it out there? Did you get a? Is that a cross trap?
What? That's the Crown of Providence.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I can't see it. There's so much glare on it.
You always get the crown for winning calling.
Oh, I thought you got. Didn't they used to do that? You got something relevant to your hero. That's what I thought. Okay.
The rest of the top 8 get random gold foils, but the winner gets the crown.
I got you. Well, there you go. There you have it. So, what is your viewpoint of Azalea before Bullseye Bracers comes back, and then how do you feel like it is after Bullseye Bracers?
She's pretty good post bracers, but this matchup still sucks.
I got you.
No matter how much people cope, it's potentially fairly even, but a lot of games usually one player just rolls over the other, and even if Azalea is rolling for most of the game, she's probably still gonna end up at like 1 life before she finally gets it, even if she's like 20 life ahead, and it's super annoying.
Okay.
It feels like there are kind of some similarities to it with Icelander versus Dromai, but the difference is Icelander's damage is nearly unblockable, and she has many more cards that can end turns.
Okay. That makes sense.
But Azalea in general only has 2 bad matchups, so Bullseye Bracers is really good.
Yeah, I mean, well, it also clears up, having Bullseye Bracers clears up an additional sideboard slot too. So is there something else we can put in for the Dromai matchup? You don't know?
I don't play Death Dealer.
Come on. Why not?
Because I respect the second arsenal more.
That's understandable. I mean, yeah. But I like drawing cards.
Well, you Azalea your second arsenal away, and that's practically like drawing a card.
That is true.
Or you play Art of War.
Listen, maybe I'm just not smart enough for the Sandscour Greybow.
You don't have to think. You just go, okay, I'm going to get rid of this face down card and make it face up.
Get rid of the face down card and make it face up.
Yeah, I'm just going to Azalea it away. I don't need to opt. I'm just going to go ship it. See what we get. Most of the time.
So, playing a Bravo, who's apparently 7 feet tall. When playing Bravo, when do you say to yourself, we talked about this a little bit, but when do you say to yourself, hey, I should start putting bolt and shots and raid and razors back for fatigue?
I usually just like do it the first one, like
Oof.
quickly. Why would you pummel on turn 0?
I don't know. But I'll take it.
You don't have an arsenal, dude. Whatever.
Alright. I'm going to load this here sleep dart. Oof. See, these are the hands that are terrible with Azalea.
Okay, so he gave you a card, so we have to think, do we actually want to arsenal this sync? We're drawing a lace with inertia, so we know we're going to be able to present something back. Is he going to surge, hammer, arsenal, or is he going to try to shoot out like a spinal or something? He didn't make a surge last turn, and if it does have a spinal, then he can't dominate it. So I think there is some merit to just arsenaling Remorseless here.
That's
I
what.
could be wrong because I'm very tired.
No,
But
I agree 100%. Now, oh, we're gonna
okay,
get
so this is
goofed.
probably a choke slam. So we got slightly punished, but that's fine.
Do we go?
We can just give him a sink here and just shoot vanilla Remorseless. Let's sink away the Remorseless. Did this hand just get better? No, Tunic's not up.
No.
Let's cross wrap. This hand did just get better, I think.
Yeah. So we 5 go again, 5 draw a card, right?
Yep.
It's a little bit unfortunate to have a sink going to the bottom because we're not threatening anything major here besides 10 damage. So if he has another dominate here, we're kind of in an annoying spot, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, what it is, what it isn't.
Okay, so we have a Sleep Dart and a Tunic. So we can sink away the... Let's sink away Searing and then probably discard Tar Pit and whatever we draw off sink.
Is it better to... Because we don't have a 0 cost arrow, so do you think it's better to just discard this here?
Tunic.
No, I'm saying for like a Codex target.
Nah.
Okay.
Right now, I want to just be drawing into... well, maybe, I don't know. I kind of want to just keep cycling through the deck for better cards. So even if we're going to discard it, okay, well, now that's annoying. Maybe I'm just a garbage player. Who knew? Yeah, we'll still just shoot Remorseless for 8. Let's cross rep first. We can happily keep that on top.
I agree. This guy seems super happy to block with his armor.
It's only the second time he's blocked with armor.
Yeah, but both times have been on undominated attacks.
He really wants to use his Bravo text.
Apparently.
It's like this. I guess he's got another chokeslam that he really wants to play dominated instead of ever have an arsenal. Okay, that's a little bit more acceptable.
So
Just block 6 and then rabble and cross wrap and stuff.
cross wrap first, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Bottom that.
Why did we bottom that? Just out of curiosity.
We want to make sure we draw into an arrow next turn because we're not going to have an arsenal.
So do we dominate a red in the ledger for 5?
No, just shoot 6.
I got told no. So because we didn't have an arrow, you wanted to make sure that we had an arrow which
Yeah,
we
when
put on
you're
the
going
bottom.
into your next turn with no arsenal like that, you want to be sure that you're actually going to draw into an arrow, so bottom buffs.
Makes sense.
Because we're not going to be able to use that anyway, so just ship it to the bottom and try to increase your odds of having a functional hand next turn. Why are we giving armor for this?
I have no
This
clue.
guy, like, really wants to play out his random stuff.
He's really all about this dominate crippling crush here.
I guess. By the way, it's 17 to 13.
Wait, is this an Anthos pummel?
Yeah. Who cares?
I was gonna say.
Take 10 and shoot
Okay.
11 back.
I think he just realized how bad that was.
Maybe he realized that he didn't make a surge first.
Well, wait.
Okay.
I can dominate. Wait, why was this even entertained as being something different?
I don't know. So block with red in the ledger, pitch a buff to Death Dealer, and then Arsenal Tar Pit here. Because we can't do anything on our turn anyway, so let's put a D-React in Arsenal and recover. Probably gonna dominate a blue chokeslam next turn or something.
Never know. Starstruck.
Oh no, we drew all buffs. Did you not pitch a card last turn?
I did.
Oh, okay. You just happened to draw into another lace.
Yeah, no, I pitched a Seek and Destroy.
so-
Drew into another Seek and Destroy.
We have options here. We have Tunic coming up. So the question is, do we want to block with Deadeye and Tar Pit and try to read into an arrow, or do we just want to...
But how do we read into an arrow? We don't have an arrow to load.
Oh,
If we block with
Right.
Tar Pit, we don't have an arsenal.
yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I was so confused. I still think we block with Deadeye and Tar Pit.
Yeah, it's fine. Save the Tar Pit for a turn you actually draw an arrow.
So just block with Deadeye.
Unless you want to, like, really... Unless you want to, like, pretty much draw up a new hand, which there's kind of a reasonable... I think you want to just play out read on... If you want to save Tar Pit, just play out read here and then pitch one of the other buffs to Death Dealer so you can draw 3 new cards.
Okay. I think that's understandable. So we play the read to look at the top card. It's a read, so we put this on the bottom. We do this, and then we pass turn. Hey, we found all of our arrows. Luckily, we had a nice little health buffer.
Indeed. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. So we can go ahead and, well, do we want to block 6 here? So we can take 5, go to 12. I think we want to block with red here and then keep the tar pit there. And then we'll just knock it away.
Okay, so my line...
We'll Arsenal drill shot.
So I was thinking to block with tar pit, then on our turn, pitch the drill shot for the red, draw, then play knock.
I don't think I like that.
Okay. So we're blocking with red.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's some merit to it. Actually, we sunk Searing Shot, right? So we could tar pit here to save life, and then we can Tunic Drill Shot, see if we draw into a buff. And then we can knock for another Drill Shot or Searing. I don't know if that is better than just like grabbing a Remorseless or Infecting Shot or something.
I don't know, let's try it.
Because that will be 7, potentially 10 versus 8 with extra damage. It probably is safer to just go Infecting or Remorseless with a Lace. But this way you can potentially have a different arsenal card, so I don't know. Plus you get to keep Tar Pit in the deck for later, for if the game goes on. Let's just grab Searing Shot, or grab Drill Shot.
I would pay
No.
one. You wouldn't?
No, just keep the arsenal.
Okay.
He'd have to give you armor to block it out anyway. And he doesn't have much armor left.
Understandable. So I could think his idea is, oh, you're gonna put a -1. I'm just gonna block with all my armor.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So do you feel like we're ahead here, or do you feel like we're like on pace, or do you feel like we're behind?
We're probably ahead.
That's what I feel like. Okay.
And we have a pretty decent hand here, unless he has... Because there's nothing you can really do here on 3 cards with no Surge. Okay, so... We probably... We can either just say whatever and look for a dominate attack with cross wrap and block with infecting, go to 12 and arsenal the codex, or we can look for a buff and try to shoot an infecting for 11. Is it worth it though? I think with the likelihood of, well, we might even be able to just block with Spire here. I think it's probably free to block with Spire. Because we can use Codex to pitch for either of those cards.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens, and I don't quite want to go for a Codex yet, especially because he's finally gonna arsenal a card for like the first time so far this
In
game.
7 turns, yeah. So we're looking for a buff. There we go.
We got a buff.
We're gonna put our popper back in our deck for later. We're looking for an arrow, I guess.
We're looking for anything. If it's an arrow,
That's
we
perfect.
arsenal it. If it's a buff, we shoot it.
Oh, really? Because, yeah, I guess you like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Disregard. I was gonna say if it was a buff, I probably would have arsenaled it as well, but I guess 14 with no armor is better than
Now
11.
we have a premium arsenal card and perch grapplers available to us if he tries to go for some obnoxious dominate thing. Although I don't think we have any sinks left, do we? We have one.
We
right
have
at the
one that
bottom.
we pitched, yeah. But then we shuffled with knock, so
Okay, so this is probably a spinal in arsenal. Oh, okay. All right, so we have a Bolton shot. I think we just block 4 here and move on with our life.
I agree.
We can see if we hit something decent with cross wrap. Otherwise, we're just gonna go
Pre-med into
7
CNC.
into 6. We don't need to sink anything, just block 4. You might need to refresh.
No, I think it's on him. He's trying to decide. Wait, why is he playing Steadfast?
Because he lost to Kano, and he thought it would help.
I know what the best thing to play is, and be Steadfast. I think we made him mad. But we're gonna lose value on the CNC though, sir.
Oh well, he's at 7. Maybe we should have blocked with perch because he's gonna put a counter on it.
Damn, goddess.
Disaster.
That's a misplay. Put it on the counter. So, you think that if I look at my 4 cards and I get the best value out of every single hand, that I'll win every game that I play?
Sure, why not?
That's what you said, right? Wait, why did you put it on cross wrap?
Oh, because he wants to buckle it.
I was gonna say. We topped
So
this,
we're
right?
either gonna get his whole hand here, and probably still get a ponder, unless he has a D-react here.
Yeah, so then we get to ponder the second destroy.
Do we want to risk it? Because he could be able to block out both, and then risk drawing into it. Let's bottom it and keep doing the thing of we're trying to draw into an attack in case we don't get to ponder. And we should be pretty likely to draw into stuff because we've still got all of our codex as well, and only one's been pitched.
So all of our rain razors too. Seven. Give us 2 cards. Oh. You decided those were not the 2 cards you wanted to use. Oh. Still gonna give us 2 cards. Steadfast. It's like a sink below. You have to pay for it.
I think he's going to take some damage.
I think he is as well. He's super upset now. Oh, that was close. Ah.
Okay, so we can do 11 dominate, which is probably good enough. Even if he has a red unmovable for some reason, you'll still do 4. So I think we just read, and then rain at the end. Just dominate the Spire for 11 using Tunic. If he somehow has like an Oasis or some wacky card, keep the Bolton Shot.
Wrong button.
You don't want to play that. We want to Arsenal that.
Wrong button. I want to keep the Remorseless on top.
Well, you want to put Bolton Shot on top last so that you can read it away, because screw that card.
I don't think
Oh,
I
well.
did that.
He should be dead anyway, hopefully, so.
Well, you know what? We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay, now we'll just bottom both of them for some reason.
We got
Tunic.
there.
Nothing suspicious here.
Nothing at all. Just a wonderful 9 damage. I lost a game to Bolton because I forgot to rain
Yeah,
razors the other day.
He was dead anyway. Make him have it. Make him have that Oasis.
Make him have the Oasis.
Well, that was a silly game.
Who said Bravo's a bad matchup?
Yeah, just pummel on turn 0 instead of arsenaling it.
A blue pummel at
And
that.
Dominate stuff for reasons. I didn't even know realize it was a blue pummel.
Alright. I hate this matchup.
Just kill him.
You say that, but then they like play cards, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't block this. It's fine. And then they play
Why
like
didn't
10
you
more.
attack them so they couldn't play cards?
Well, I try, sir. I try. It's not always that easy. I really don't want to block this, but I feel like I should.
Hearten cross trap. Just block the second one.
I got us.
Darn.
That's it.
We won't
GG's.
recover.
We should quit. He's gonna go get the dishonor line, and then he's playing
Yeah,
Warmongs.
at least he pitched them on.
I know. Alright, I'm blocking this one
Yep.
with a Codex.
No.
No.
That's the card you would like to block with last.
Oh, okay. Why is that the card? Okay. With
He
a
has these
Deadeye.
cards called Harmonized Kadachi that are one go again. So you block a lot of damage just by having it. And
So we block with a sleep dart.
I'm probably giving up CNC before that. But he also just may have some big damage thing as well. So I don't know if I would want to block the Kadachis at all.
Dang, it's another
Now you
double
block the Sleep
strike.
Dart.
He's got all the double strikes.
You probably would have wanted to give Codex there at the time, but whatever.
Dang.
Anyway, it's fine. He'll just draw red in the ledger and kill him.
Yeah, you say that, but I never draw red in the ledger. Alright, so we load the blue Bolton shot, right?
No. Just pitch the Bolton shot and then shoot a sleep dart for 11. Or we set up a cool dominate. No. We don't want to Arsenal knock. Knock sucks in Arsenal.
Yes, it does.
Double strike.
Dang, it's coming back
He
again.
didn't want the blue fluster fist.
Joke's on you, that double strikes for 0. When he plays it from banish, is it still
you
technically?
could have opted there and looked for a dominate.
Oh, that's my bad. You're right. I thought I already activated. It's -1. Does that mean he takes damage? He really wants that fluster fist now. Dang.
This is where I leave the game.
Alright, so we read, put this on bottom. Nah, because we're going to just ooga boog them now. This is why I didn't.
Now we grab CNC.
No, this is why I didn't. No, this is why I didn't.
Don't. We didn't opt last time.
No, we're going to now. It doesn't
You know
matter.
what the card is.
I didn't pay attention.
Ponder. It's fine. Just top it anyway. Wow, he took 11 again.
What was different?
I think he's a doofus and just wanted to undo his last action instead of the whole turn.
Alright, do we block Surging Strike? We got a pretty good turn. We can redden the ledger.
Yeah, screw it.
This is just screw it. Not
Just take it. Fear nothing. I don't feel like thinking anymore. I need to go to bed.
okay. I feel like we blocked this one though.
Sure.
We give him perch so that he can use breaking skills, right?
No.
No, we give him bolt and shot. Oh, he could go all the way, guys.
We're taking vanilla damage.
Yeah, I always forget if that's vanilla or not. I have to read through it again every time. This is vanilla damage too now, right?
It's vanilla.
Dang, he's so good. Alright, so we cross wrap. It's a pre-med.
Doesn't matter, you
We're gonna knock, right?
you need to keep the lace there anyway. Unless you want to, well, I guess you can play lace and then get rid of the, you can load the reed.
And we go get a red in the ledger.
Blue spire sniping.
Wait, for real? We say, eat it. But we don't have an arsenal, sir.
It happens.
Wait, does double strike turn into a flick flack?
Nope.
I hate ancestral empowerment.
Why?
Because it blocks 3. And get your head in the game.
We have no buffs. So, I think
We could draw a buff.
maybe, but we probably just wanna we'd have to, we're not really gonna have any resources if we knock for another red in a ledger.
We have tunic.
But you're gonna use that to load one of these arrows and see what you draw.
Yeah.
And then you're not gonna have anything left over, so probably just block 6 and then draw a card from E-Strike. and say, hit me with your best shot, and then kill him.
So I block 6. I E-strike, draw a card. And then I say, hit me with your best shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
Or
kill
sing
him.
it, whatever you want.
Okay, cool. But we drew a red in the ledger. Oof. He pitched another Mong.
Don't care. Actually, maybe I do care. We have Tunic, so I think we just block 6 here. And hope he doesn't draw into another CNC, because I think he's already seen 2. Dang.
Goddess. You just block 6.
No. Screw it.
We just YOLO.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so concerned. YOLO. Does he go get bonds, I guess? No, he gets B, like, no, he discarded B, like, yeah, he got bonds. We say, cool, we take 5.
Mm-hmm.
What does he get? Whelming again, I guess? Yeah.
Fear nothing. Take all the damage. Let him draw from mask. I don't give a crap.
I feel like this is not the strategy to be taking.
Well, he needs a D-react to 2-block with all of his equipment for your red in the ledger.
It's not going to be dominated, though.
That's why I said 2 cards.
Oh,
Plus a D-react. Because it's 4 from armor, 4 from a D-react, and then 3 from the second card. Nice. Who cares? He'll draw blue.
I feel like he hit us with his best shot.
Dang, he saw all of his double strikes. Unlucky.
We just block with Perch.
Sure, why not?
Do we block with Cross Wrap or just take this?
Take it. Who cares?
I feel like someone is just tired and is ready to go to bed. Block with Lace and Cross Wrap.
Sure, why not?
Oof, he got us. He definitely gave us his best shot, sir. He took us out. Oof.
I'm either going to bed or trying to figure out what the heck to do with this stupid hotels in Spain.
Well, you have fun thinking about your stupid hotels in Spain. I appreciate you.
We talked to a travel agent just to be lazy about it, and of course the travel agent just gave us like the stupidest hotels ever.
Of course.
Like $3,000 total for the 3 hotels we'd stay at, and then one of them doesn't even have Wi-Fi, and it's like, no. I can stay in Barcelona for half that price than the one that you set up, and closer to the venue.
That sounds rough. So, well, you have fun choosing your hotels.
I need to either yell at her or look up all this crap myself, which is the thing I didn't want to do.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
I also need to figure out if I need to like book my train stuff now or if I have to do that once I'm actually in the country.
Choo choo, mother trucker.
Because we're going to 3 different cities over the course of the trip.
What cities are you going to?
We're landing in Madrid, staying there for like a day because neither of us really care about Madrid. So we're just going to sit there and recover from the trip and then go to Barcelona. Then we're going to Sevilla after the tournament is done, which is like a coastline city on the other side of Spain. So Barcelona and Sevilla are the main stuff, and Madrid is just kind of where we happen to be flying into and flying out from.
That sounds fun. Well, at least it'll be a good time.
Yeah, too bad I'm not going to day 2 worlds though.
You don't know that. You might.
I'm garbage at this draft format.
What if you day 3 worlds?
Then I'd be able to either buy a fence for my backyard or pay for the trip in general, I guess.
See, that's dope.
I would also have to be a Luxac.
I believe in the part of you that believes in the part of me, which believes in the part of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about this Kano. He's playing cards I've never seen before.
I don't know what cards he's playing. I already left.
A Talisman of Ties.
Ah, you're gonna get brainstormed.
And a Kraken's Aether Vein.
Yeah, he's gonna try to brainstorm and you're gonna kill him in 2 turns.
Cool.
Oh, alright. Let's go.
Alright, friend. Thanks for joining.
And then, what? Oh, yeah. And my vanity that was going to be put in to the bathroom today was cracked somehow, even though it's just been sitting in the garage for 10 months. So
That's no fun.
Very pleasant. Alright, I go sleep. Good night.
Go get some sleep, sir. We're gonna finish beating this Kano. Is it our turn again? Cool. This is a hand of blue cards, though. Not cool. Go again. Searing shot for 7, threatening 8. Let's see, let's see. Drawing cards is this game. Still don't think we care. Yay. We win. That was fun and quick. One more. Dash IO. Hmm. Big arrow. Go. Block 12. No. Listeners. We'll take 2. Cross rat. Yes. Maybe we just get to shoot a really big arrow here. $14. Give us your hand. Give it to us. You can do it. Oh man. Okay. I have no clue why they would do that. I do not think that's right. E-strike. Into a lace. Let's see if we E-strike. Put this on the bottom. E-strike. Oh, that's alright. E-strike, put lace on the bottom. Go again. Pitch. No, we don't want to do that. Sorry. Pitch, Bolton shot, load, and infecting shot. Read the glide path. So you can destroy, dominate, sleep dart, GG's, bro. I have no clue why you would take 14 on a red ledger to play a Spark of Genius. We don't care. We do not care. I literally don't think there's anything they can do to make us care. Fine, we'll take 6. Okay. We'll play one more since that was so quick and not really a game. Levia. We know our strategy. We just really want to conserve life in this matchup. So. Block 6. E-strike for 7 arsenal. Yeah. The part of me that wants to take it. We do. We'll opt. Look for a buff. Play the lace. Pitch the blue Bolton shot to load the yellow Bolton shot. Oh. Shoot the Bolton shot. And now we can knock into the vecting shot. Six. Small. Oof. Got. That was rough. Care about that. block. Take 5. Block 3. Into sink below. Then we will not sink. Tunic, Death Dealer, Drill Shot. Oops. Tunic, Death Dealer, Drill Shot. We each strike, that's 5 and 7. Oof. 5. Man, I really want to take 8. It doesn't feel right though. Let's do it. Supposed to be like preserving life in this, but man. Five, go again. And go get a red in the ledger. Seems good. This hand's pretty goated. It's probably bad to take 5. I'm behind, I should block. Phil behind though? I don't know. Dang, that put him at 13 exactly. Should have popped bracers there. That was a pretty bad. I can't remember what the wording of the card is. What was for block 6? Block 5. Big 3. Interesting. This is give us 3 cards. Oh, maybe I'll do 2 cards and then swing something back. Probably 2 cards, swing something back. I'm out of it. Song is like got me vibing, bro. Ooh. This is not what let's see. $11. 6, take 5. Block 12. I don't think we do anything. Scab skins, roll a 0. So we block 6. We'll do it now, though. Two high gloves, grasps. Block 6. Block 5. Let's see what happens. Block 6. Block 3. Arsenal. Next gets +1. 10 dominate. I think he's got us. Oh wait, sigil. We block 3. 4, 5. We play a sigil. Go to 3. Play this. Into bracers. Into drill shot for 9. We say, give us some cards. There's a couple of whiffs in there. Okay. Let's see. Oof, almost whiffed. 8 dominant. Oh dang, we're gonna take 4. Sink into this. And then we die. Yep, good game. Alright. We got kind of unlucky there, but it's alright. Well, peeps, thanks for joining. Thanks. We hope you enjoyed the video review of the Calling Taipei games at the beginning of the stream today, and enjoyed some of the feedbacks. We hope that you join us again next time. We'll see you next Tuesday. Until then, have fun playing Flesh and Blood.